Chapter 5. I read the fax cover sheet from Matt. He'd only gotten 2 hits out of 4. Of the 2 he couldn't find, one was a public payphone south of East 14th Street, location based on the Exchange. The second was a cellular phone, untraceable, its service Maximoncom, a high-security telecommunications operations with the latest digital signal scrambling technology. Not cheap, something like $1 a minute per local call. Wherever, whoever it connected to money. The second fact sheet was a printout of all 4 numbers and their results listed as they appeared on the beeper. In the reverse order received, the last first. Number 1, payphone number. Number 2, digital phone number. Number 3, residence listed to Theodore Wiley, 617 East 11th Street, apartment number 9. Number 4, business listed to Powers Orloff, 93 Van Brunt Street, Brooklyn. The information looked pretty scant alone on the page. Whether to make something more of it or to exhaust the possibilities as soon as possible, I began dialing the numbers one after the other. The first one rang and rang. It was the payphone, so I let it. I counted the rings up to 12 before my mind wandered off on its own. My big arched windows like wide open eyes and a huge cartoon head facing northeast badly needed washing. The slant of noonday sun making opaque the street coating of pollen, pollution, and grime. Oi, bon dia. I came to. On the line, tinny samba music was in the background. No sound of traffic. I said hello and started to say more. No open cafe, his accent a cross between Spanish and Italian. We're open 1 o'clock. I racked my brain for some high school Spanish. No luck. I took French. Location, locale, sim, Avenida 10. Thanks, gracias. De nada. Under the payphone's number, I wrote Cafe, 10th and A. I dialed the second number, the digital phone. The line was busy. An automatic message invited me to please try again my call later. I put a question mark next to it, as I should. I dialed the phone number listed to Theodore Wiley, Brooklyn. Pessimist that I am, I didn't expect an answer, so wasn't disappointed. No answering machine. It rang for 2 minutes before I gave up. I tried the last number, Powers Orloff in Brooklyn. It rang twice, then double-clicked. A throaty female voice answered, hello? The subdued hello of someone coming off call waiting. She was on the other line. Hi, I said. I'm calling for Gloria Manlow. Gloria? Who? Oh, you mean Glow. Everyone's looking for her. She's not here right now. Her voice was sultry and hoarse, like she'd laughed too long and hard as a child. When would be a good time to catch her? Don't know. She's supposed to be sitting for Pav at 4, but yesterday... Hey, who is this? I'm calling from the Lower East Side Veterinary Hospital. It's about her dog. That should have come out smoother, but I'd had a rough night. What are you talking about? Chloe doesn't have a dog. Is this Teddy? She laced the name generously with Freon. No, Yeah, listen. Just leave her alone, she said. It's over. Get it? Misdirected as it was, it still struck close to home. I sputtered, please could... She broke the connection. I didn't call back. Wrote under the Brooklyn address, 4 o'clock p.m., babysitting. Farther up the list, next to the name Theodore Wiley, I jotted down Teddy, X, ? It filled out the page nicely. I dialed the cell phone number again, and this time it rang. Hey, yo, a young man's voice lazily sing-song, following a soft beat. In the background, loud, sharp-edged music crashed like bags of glass flung down fire stairs. Yeah, hey, hi, I said. Glow there? Glow? The techno metal music dropped 10 decibels. A second voice, anxious in the background, asked, Is that Glow? Is that her? Let me talk to her. Let me. The mouthpiece was muffled. Who is this? A voice asked, still the same lazy one that first answered. I'm trying to get a hold of Glow. She's not here. Oh man, I said. I got a split this afternoon and she left her stuff with me. Who's this? Peyton. This Teddy? No. You a friend of Ted's? No, but I thought they were together. No more, he droned. They broke up. Wow, guess that's why she gave me this number. Did you try beeping her? Yeah, but no answer so far. Well, still kind of early, you know. Yeah, I know. I'm just worried about those guys jumping her last night and what? For the first time, a measure of concern, interest. The second voice echoed urgently, What? What? Closer to the receiver. Oh, don't worry, I said. She's okay. When did this happen? Last night, about 2 a.m. Shit, she left about that time. Never came back. Yeah, she hooked up with me, I said. She left her bag here last night, clothes and papers. I wouldn't be bugging you except there's some pills, prescription stuff. Really? Yeah, and I got this Boston gig. Don't want to leave without getting it to her. Know where she is? Nah, sorry. Where she live? Know her now. Been crashing here last couple. Man, do you think I could leave her stuff with you? Well, I don't. Fine, the excited background voice said, like he'd been listening ear to ear. Great, I said. I'm leaving Midtown right now. I'll come to where you are at. Where are you at? The voice number one said. There's a Japanese restaurant, voice two interceded, on the corner of 3rd Ave and 11th. We'll be seated at the sushi bar in 10 minutes eating tekamaki. The call ended abruptly. The unit switched off. What the hell was tekamaki? I dismissed that problem and worked on another, the bag of glorious stuff I didn't have. I went to the cabinet under my sink where I stored plastic bags and fished out the loudest, brightest one I could find, a pink plastic shopping bag with white drawstrings. Anyone carrying it would be easy to shadow from a distance. I filled it with old socks and 2 t-shirts. Then I went to my medicine cabinet and took down a plastic vial of ampicillin with 9 red capsules left inside. I peeled off its label and dropped the vial in the bag with the socks and shirts, then pulled the drawstrings tight until the opening puckered. I tied 3 square knots and tucked in the ends. Excuse me. Leaving the building, I stopped to check my mail. I was expecting the fee from the recent Syracuse job, as well as a long overdue expense check from a paranoid dry cleaner over in Queens. No mail yet. As I headed for East 11th Street, walking by the closed storefront of the Chung's vacant deli, a light breeze blew up and fluttered a sheet of paper stuck in the gate. I would have missed it otherwise. It hadn't been there before. I plucked it out and opened it and read. On the page were 4 columns of tight Korean script, delicate letters like tiny pictures. I couldn't read it, but I stepped inside the dim newsstand nearby and made a photocopy of the note just the same. Just a magpie for clues today. When I walked out again, the renewed glare of the sidewalk hit me like a faceful of bleach. My unshaded eyes teared out of focus. I quickly put my sunglasses back on, and the world became much clearer through their lenses of hunter green. I put the note's original back in the gate where I found it. I lit and smoked a cigarette on the way to the sushi bar, which was on the southwest corner of 11th and 3rd. The 3-story building was formerly an old pawn shop specializing in musical instruments, once a great meeting place for Jonesin rock musicians on the skids. It had been renovated and was now fronted with a bamboo pagoda facade, the slats shellacked a runny yellow-brown like nicotine-stained horse teeth. Before I entered, I stepped to check the display menu. Tekamaki was tuna roll. Inside, white pebble gardens of toy shrubbery, mock waterfalls, and smooth pieces of driftwood reaching up out of the gravel like beseeching arms. The bleached hardwood floors gleamed like a layer of evenly spread honey. To the right were tables, mostly occupied by couples, except one long table in the back that hosted 6 businessmen in light, shiny suits. To the left was a sushi bar in yellow pine and burnished steel, lit up like an operating theater. The air was odorless, absent any flavor. Behind a low glass shield, 3 men in immaculate kitchen whites carved up octopus and eel on white marble slabs, then molded the slices in with mounds of white rice, wrapping each one round with parchment dry strips of scum green seaweed. Yum. There were only 2 young men, late teens or early 20s, seated at the bar, so it didn't matter what they were eating, and my precaution of choosing a bright bag to shadow them by was also unnecessary. These two, they would have stuck out among mummers.